Hi everyone, I'm Lucely and welcome. In this video, I want to show you everything that I was able to make in 2 weeks. I have another market on February 7th, and so I don't have a lot of time to market prep, but I was able to get a couple of things done in these 2 weeks, and I still have another week to keep prepping. I have a lot of cool patterns that I've tried. Some are free and some you have to pay. But yeah, I'm excited to show you what I did. And if you're wondering if Pokemon markets are the only kind of market that I attend, the answer is no. I have 2 upcoming markets that I'm really excited to share with you guys, and they are not Pokemon related at all. So I'm really excited to prep for those. But for now, all of my patterns that I'm going to be showing you are Pokemon related, except for one. So let's get started. I'm going to start off with these adorable Eevees that I made. I was able to make 2. This is a free pattern. And for the body, I used Demi Pearl, the color Acorn. I also used Demi Pearl for the accent color here. And then for the faux fur, I used, I can't remember the name, but it's definitely from Michaels and it's everywhere. You could probably easily find it. And so with the fur part, the last row of the body, I just did it with fur. And you can really, it's like really visible. So just one row is like perfect for this. And for the eyes, I used 25mm safety eyes and I painted the brown myself. And then for the ears, I used Sweet Snuggles Light, the brown color. I think that's it for this one. It's really cute. I love it. It's a free pattern. And it's really easy to make. I used a 6mm clover hook for these and they're like a pretty good size. And I usually price these at $35. All right, next up is this adorable Tandemaus. I love, love, love making these. They're so cute. At my last market, I wasn't able to make the smaller versions that I usually price at $35, but I did have a bigger version that I priced at $45. This is a pattern by, I'm just gonna go ahead and link who the patterns are instead of saying it because I don't remember all of them. But I modified this. So I use the body from Shine Crafts and then I just kind of like, I free-handed a smaller version of her pattern. But if you follow her pattern exactly, it's just going to be slightly bigger. So it is her pattern. I just made it smaller so it fits within my $35 category. And for this one, I used Burnett white yarn. For the inside of the mouth, I used the red Burnett. And then for the little tongue, I used the pink color from Demi Pearl. And the embroidery is just made with cotton black yarn. Yeah. This one's also pretty quick to make. I want to say these, I like make 2 at a time. I can't make any more than that because it's just too much and I start to get bored. So I usually make 2 at a time. I'm assuming one will probably take me like an hour if I'm going pretty quick. Yeah, but I do take my time. So it's probably like an hour and a half each. And I also price these at $35. All right, moving on to another item that I priced at $35 are my Charmanders. This pattern is so cute and it's so easy to work up. Everything is crocheted, even like the little fire. And for the eyes, I'm also using, I believe these are actually 30mm. I made these eyes way before, like months ago, and they have like little stars inside of them. They're super cute. For the orange color, I use Sweet Snuggles Light. For the yellow and the red on here, I use the Burnett blanket. I basically use 3 yarns. I use Burnett blanket and I only use the soft colors. I don't like working with rough yarn, especially the black one. I started to use Demi Pearl a lot of the soft colors. I always go in store and I touch the yarn to make sure that it's soft and I want to work with it. And I love using Sweet Snuggles Light, but it is hard to work with. it starts kind of like to fall apart easily. So I just have to be careful when I'm crocheting with that. But I've gotten used to it, and I've learned how to like not have it shed. Like I'll burn the edges before I start. I leave a long tail before I start my magic circle. And it kind of works. It just takes a little time to get used to. All right, so these I'm gonna price at $35. And just so you know, I have sold these at $35 and they do really good for me. I think actually when I first started, I had Charmander at $40 and he was also selling at $40. But I'm going to leave these at $35 for now. We'll see, maybe in the future I'll price them up. Something really excited that I just finished is this adorable Togepi. Oh my god. This is another really awesome pattern by Crafted for Comfort. It's such a great size. At my last market, I made a really big Togepi and it sold for $70. And I felt like I wasn't going to have enough time to like remake all of my big items. So I needed a smaller version, and this one is perfect. I might actually try to use Sweet Snuggles, the larger yarn, to make like a bigger version and then like price it up. But this pattern also works up pretty quick. I want to say this took me like an hour and a half to 2. Taking my time, including all of the embroidery. When I kind of like time myself, I want to make sure that I'm including the time that it takes to stuff a plushie, do the embroidery work, basically everything. I don't like to leave anything out. I like to include everything in my price. So yeah, this is super, super cute. Entire body is Burnett Blanket white. This is like a soft yellow color. And then for like the embroidery details, I used a mix of the Burnett Blanket for red, the Demi Pearl blue, and I think that's it. Yeah, and then I always use cotton black for the embroidering eyes, and I just get like a smaller weight yarn from Michaels. Yeah, so my Togepi, I want to price him. I might actually do, I forgot if I was going to do 45 or 55, but he's going to be in that like midsection where I usually put my large Umbreons, and I charge either 45 or 55. I haven't decided yet, but he's going to be within that price range. All right, what else? Oh, I made these adorable mini Togepis. They're just so cute. And this is a free pattern. I'm sure you guys have seen these around. These are by Naughty Nat. And they are super quick to work up. Super, super quick. I love them so much. I love the way they came out. And I basically use the same colors that I used on the larger one. And on these, I really want to price 20 for these. 15 is safe. I know they're going to like sell out quickly for 15. So I think where I'm going to set them is at 18, and I'm going to see how they do. If they still sell out at 18, I might go up to 20, but I do feel comfortable with 18. It depends, because I have to make sure that my plushies like fit into a category when I'm putting them in my display. So I'll put them with, like, if I have more like $20 items, I might just put them with my $20 items. But if I'm leaning towards 18, like I'll either pick 18 or 20 is what I'm trying to say. I won't have 18 and 20. That's like too close. So I'm probably going to lean towards 18 for these. And another item in that section is this adorable little Jigglypuff. How cute is that? So this pattern designer uses basically the same base. As you can see, the little bobble stitches for the feet and the arms are bobble stitches, just like Togepi. So she uses the same base, and then she'll add little details to make it the characters that they are. For this Jigglypuff, I used 25mm safety eyes. And for the body, I used Sweet Snuggles, like the pink color. And I actually have 3 done. They're just over there by my desk because I'm fixing like this little like hair piece. This is a free pattern. All of her patterns are free. and they are amazing. There's a couple more that I do want to get to. I've done her Kirby one and I've done her Snorlax, and I used to sell them for 20 and they did good. But yeah, I might still keep them at 18. I was gonna say something about this one. I completely forgot. Oh well. She's so adorable. And I can't wait to see how people react with these adorable little eyes. Yes. Okay, so moving on. Do I have any other smaller ones? No, I'm going to move on with this pink Snorlax. How cute. This one's my pattern, and I'm going to work on writing down my patterns probably April, probably in May, sometime in May, because I do have other markets coming up and I want to make sure that I'm prepping for those. But when I do have time, I'm definitely going to write up the pattern for this one. This one came out a little bit bigger because I use Sweet Snuggles yarn. So it's the size 7, because I needed to fill up my section where it's 45. So I'll be charging 45 for this Snorlax. I love her. And I made her pink because I also wanted to make a regular blue one if I have time. But anyways, I always like to have pink out, especially for like, not just for girls, it can really be for anyone, you know, even if like they want to take them in pairs, like they need Snorlax and then they need a girlfriend for him or something. But a lot of times it's very sweet because I do see couples and then I always get excited when like the guy gets something cute for the girlfriend, or they're shopping, they're like, they come to my booth and they're like, oh, I really want to get my girlfriend something. I should definitely get her something. And then they lean towards like something girly, like with pink. So I find that very cute. So I like to have some pink options in my booth. But yeah, this Snorlax, the ears are sewn on. This, I sew it on, sorry, the ears are surface crochet. The arms I sew in, and the feet are also sewn. But it's a pretty quick pattern to work up, so. Yes, I have this one. I'll be pricing this one at 45. And then moving on to some exciting items that I'm trying out for the first time. Look at that. Oh my God, I actually want to keep this one for myself. She has, and look at that. Oh my gosh, she looks ridiculous. Kind of bold, right? And look at that hat. Oh my God, I love it. This pattern I'm obsessed with, and I'm going to definitely make more of these. And I'm just going to make like different kinds of hats for them. This one in particular is a purple hat. And the pattern actually comes with a purple with yellow stars, and then it has a blue with yellow. You can either do yellow stars or yellow circles. But I wanted to do hearts because if she has the purple hat, like I might as well just go all out with the girly theme and just put like pink hearts. It's so, so cute. I showed it to my sister and she loved the pink hearts as well. And like, if it doesn't sell, I would just keep this for myself. I'm thinking of pricing this one at, I don't want to do lower than 65. I might do 70. I'm not sure. I'm going to decide prices, like finalize prices later, but that's where I'm leaning towards. Yeah. So for the body, I actually use a dummy pearl pink color. For the feet, I use the Burnett red. For the hat, I use Sweet Snuggles purple. For the white, I use the Burnett blankets. And for the hearts, I use Demi Pearl. And I think that's it. Yeah. That's basically it. I love how this one came out. And I have another Kirby. So I have these two that I made. And actually, I made these in one day. They were pretty quick to work up. Also, I was really excited to get them done. So when I'm excited about something, I just go faster and I just go quicker. And yeah, I was actually really surprised that I was able to finish these in one day. So I was like shocked. So it leaves me time to work on other things that I want to work on. This one, I will also put the pattern on the screen. I used the Sweet Snuggles size 7 for the body because I wanted it to come out bigger so I can put them up in my higher price section, because that section right now is kind of empty. For the feet, I also used same Sweet Snuggles, the size 7. Basically everything Sweet Snuggles. Yeah, even the blue and the off-white, it's everything Sweet Snuggles. And I used the 7. No, I didn't. I used an 8mm clover hook for this. And I just embroidered the eyes, and I use a cotton yarn to do that. Yes. And I stitched down the Snorlax hat. The white area I stitched down, and in the back I just stitched down just right here. So you can't take it off, but I like when it looks like it's almost like it can come off. It looks better than when it's like completely stitched down. For me personally, that's what looks better to me. Yes. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see how these do. I think I'm leaning towards 75 on this one, and I might do 70 here. If they don't sell, actually, sorry, this one, I've sold 2 of them in the past already for 70 or 75, I can't remember, and they always sell. That is also why I decided to make minis of these, because they sell all the time. My minis sold too. The ones I showed in my previous video. This I'm testing out for the first time, but I actually do want to keep this one so she doesn't sell. I'm sure that someone probably is going to see it and love it just as much as I do. I feel like I'm the customer. Sometimes I feel like I'm the customer. Okay. I think that is all that I have. The other thing that I wanted to show you is these cats that I am currently working on, because I have to make more chickens, smaller priced items. And I love the way these are coming out. And I have a cat event coming up in the future, so I need to make these anyway. And whatever I have left over, if they don't sell at this market, and I know they're going to sell for sure at my next market. So in these cats, I used I actually used here Premier Extra Large. It's the larger yarn. And I used the black color. And I wanted to try this yarn because I was struggling finding a black yarn that was soft enough to work with. And I love this yarn. If you guys are struggling to find a black yarn that's easy to work up with, I definitely recommend the Premier Extra Large yarn. I also ordered the Parfait Chunky Black. It's too thin for me. I don't want to use it. It's way too thin. It's not comparable to my other yarns, so I don't know how to price that. It's not really worth, me personally, it's not worth the time that it takes to work up, because the yarn is so tiny compared to the other ones that I use. So I would rather use this, where they come out a good size and they take the same amount of time to make. So I'd rather give my customers something bigger than something smaller and charge like $20 for that, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yes, so for this one, I also use 25mm safety eyes, and I give all my cats a little booty. So I will have a lot more cats that I want to prep. I at least want to make 4, and I have 2 done. So yeah, I think that is all that I have to show you guys. If there's anything that I missed and I didn't call out something, I probably forgot something, just let me know that in the comments and I'll be happy to respond. And yeah, I hope that you guys, if you guys are also market prepping, or if you're thinking of attending like a Pokemon market or a card show, I hope that this video inspired you. And that's all that I have for today. My next video is going to be my market vlog. I'm excited to see how that goes. In the past, this market has gone either really good for me or really slow. I don't know what's going to happen, but either way, I'm excited. I'm going to be there with my boyfriend and he's going to help me out. So I'm just happy to hang out with him and just like meet new people. I'm the kind of person that really enjoys markets. I love the experience of like, I get anxious, I get excited, but then I love setting up. I love my coffee. I love eating at lunch and I like to see what's gonna happen. Like, that excites me personally. I don't know how you guys feel about markets, but I love markets. Okay, that is all that I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.